Good morning from Candlewood Lake. Calm, quiet morning out here. Hopefully we can get on some fish and see what the bite's doing a couple days before the tournament. So I wanted to pop back out here one more time and see if I could continue the pattern. Stay tuned. Let's see what we got going today. Fish on. Fish on. Fish on, fish on, fish on. Fish on, fish on, fish on. Nice smallmouth, huh? Yeah. Alright. Get him up on the board quick. He was worth a camera opportunity. Definitely a photo opportunity. Think of fish? Nice fish, huh? Yeah. There's a good one. 18. And away she goes. That is a giant crappie. I can't believe the size of this crappie. I thought I had a bass. Look at the size of that thing. Look at the size of that crappie. My goodness. That's a unit. Dang. Scoping's fun because you get fish you won't even know about down there. That's a hammer. Thanks, buddy. Head on back down. You were deep. Alright. I am going to leave this spot and to make a run. So now I'm going to another spot that I've caught fish off of before. I came out for practice, when was it? Last weekend, and just didn't produce. I don't know if they just shifted off or what, but I'm gonna try on a different point here of it. My plan is to not have a set plan, because if you set your plan and you're married to it, you may miss an opportunity. So it's better to have an idea and a basic float plan and the direction you want to go. But my goodness, there's been times where my wife told me to say, she literally said to me, you gotta move. She doesn't fish, and she told me I gotta move. So she's smart anyway, but that just really woke me up to the fact that I was locked on something and I didn't care. So at least now I'm open-minded to moving, because if you don't move, you could sit in a spot all day and stare at nothing or stare at a screen. Another boat coming. Anyway. Yeah, they're fast. They're animals. Hey, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the big thing is, takeaway for this point of my conversation is to, if there's fish and they're not biting, you gotta move, because you can't make them bite. If they're not gonna do it after a couple casts, you gotta move. I learned that, and that improved my fishing really quickly. So if the fishing's sucking, you got fish on, fish on, fish on. Come on, stay on. Oh, we're at a stalemate. Oh, there it comes. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that's another good one. Another fat smallmouth. Another tank. Another tank of a smallmouth. Look at that fish. Look at that fish. That is a tank of a smallmouth. Ouch, you didn't have to bite me. This is a good one, folks. This is a good one. I like that. He was in 30-something feet of water. But that is a fish. That is a fish. That is a unit. That's what we're here for this morning. That is what we're here for. And they're biting, and that makes me smile. I'm going to selfie this one. Yeah. I'm going to rotate this and try to take a quick measurement, get him back in the water. Well, it's been a little bit here. Figured I'd check in and update. Not really finding too many fish on this spot, so I do want to keep it on the list to check, but I'm just not pulling any FOS, fish of significance. I mean, there's fish here and there, but not too many, so just trying to see if we can spark a bite or something, but not happening here. So I'm going to continue just to move around a bit and just see what's out there. I'm gonna toss up against that wall one time. It's kind of a straight shot there. Just wanted to check the base of that thing. Nothing. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. Keep moving. Today is an exploration day. Exploration day. Sometimes I think I see fish, but sometimes I doubt myself here. one more spot I want to go check out. I haven't been to. And then that'll be it for today, really. Alright, I'm gonna keep moving. I don't know what that was. I think it was a catfish. I'm gonna call it a catfish. Even if it wasn't. Even if it wasn't a catfish, I think it was a catfish. The other nice thing about Livescope is, used correctly, you can actually see ahead of you and make sure you're not going to run into anything. Sometimes it doesn't help, but a lot of times it does work. Alright, that wraps up practice day number 2 from Candlewood Lake. I had a good morning. I found some good fish. I didn't beat them up. I just kind of found them. They were hanging. They were tighter than I thought they would be, but I liked what I saw. Again, you know, it could be a different day on Sunday. Like last practice, I was out here, hit pretty much the same areas, and didn't pull any fish. So you just never know. My hope is to be able to get a limit and crack the top 10 for the Long Island KBF tournament on Candlewood Lake on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the tournament.